Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, where did my spark go? You wake up, check your phone, run through your tasks, try to keep it together, and yet something still feels missing. Like there's a part of you quietly begging to be seen. A version of you that's softer, slower, more sensual. That version, she's your feminine self. And the beautiful thing is, she's not gone. She's just waiting for the space to bloom again. That's what we're doing today. We're creating that space. In this video, I'm going to share with you 6 tiny but powerful habits that help awaken your feminine energy. These are habits that seem simple on the surface, but once you try them, you'll feel something shift inside. You'll feel more radiant, more magnetic, more you. So if you're craving more ease, more softness, and more connection with your body and emotions, you're in the right place. Welcome, beautiful soul. Subscribe, settle in, and let's start this journey together. Let's start with one of the most overlooked expressions of your femininity: the way you move. Have you ever noticed the difference between a woman who rushes through life, phone in one hand, coffee in the other, and a woman who glides? A woman whose very presence feels like poetry in motion. That difference isn't about appearance, it's about embodiment. Feminine energy is stored in your hips, in your shoulders, in your breath. When you soften your walk, when you let your hips gently sway, you're not just moving, you're awakening ancient wisdom that lives in your body. Next time you walk, whether it's to the kitchen, the mailbox, or around the block, put on music that makes you feel radiant. Let your hips roll, let your chest lift, let your shoulders melt. Even if you're in sweatpants, walk like the ground beneath you is blessed to feel your presence. Because when you move with intention, the world slows down to admire the divine in motion. And that divine is you. You don't have to wait for a party, a date, or a camera to look and feel beautiful. You get to be the occasion. There is something so nourishing about putting on your favorite lipstick even when no one is watching, about slipping into a dress that makes you feel like a goddess even if you're just at home. This is the power of the micro dress up. It's the subtle reminder to yourself, I matter, I'm worth the effort. I used to save my favorite earrings or prettiest outfit for something special, but then I realized I am something special. And so are you. Feminine energy thrives when we honor our beauty, not with vanity, but with reverence. Put on perfume before you sleep. Wear lace under your sweater. Play with makeup like it's art. And most importantly, do it for you. Because every time you dress with intention, you wrap your spirit in care. And that quiet confidence, it radiates louder than any outfit ever could. If you're like me, you were probably raised to be strong, to do it all yourself, to never be a burden. But here's the feminine truth. Your strength is not in how much you carry. It's in how deeply you allow yourself to receive. Asking for help doesn't make you weak. It makes you wise. It means you're opening your heart to connection. You're allowing someone else to support you, not because you can't, but because you don't have to. Think of queens. They don't lift their own throne. They command. They trust. So the next time you're overwhelmed, say it out loud. I could really use a hand. Let someone else carry the groceries. Let your partner open the jar. Let the universe show you what happens when you stop resisting and start receiving. It's not just about asking. It's about believing you're worthy of support. because you are. Every time you let it be easy, you rise in your feminine. Want to know the secret to a deeply feminine life? It's not about grand gestures, it's about creating sacredness in the smallest things. It's the way you stir your coffee like a ritual, the way you light a candle before reading a book, the way you hum while folding laundry. Pleasure lives in the presence. I started reading fiction again, romantic novels that swept me into magical places, and it felt like falling in love with life again. I stopped rushing and started savoring. Bake cookies just because. Buy fresh flowers for your kitchen, watch the clouds drift across the sky. You don't need a reason. You need a reminder that your soul was made for joy, for softness, for delight. When you romanticize your life, even the ordinary becomes extraordinary. And that's when your feminine self begins to dance again. Here's something no one tells you. Constantly managing your life in your head keeps you locked in your masculine. When your mind is spinning with reminders, to-dos, and scattered thoughts, your nervous system stays in alert mode. You become more reactive, less grounded, less creative. That's why I created a second brain, a loving system outside my head to hold what doesn't need to live inside me. I use Notion. You could use a notebook, a journal, sticky notes, anything. Write it down. Offload your mental noise. Create soft systems. When your mind is clear, your body can relax. When your schedule is organized, your soul has space to breathe. This is feminine structure. It's not rigid or cold. It's warm, flexible, and supportive, like a silk robe that hugs your curves instead of a tight corset that squeezes the life out of you. Create a second brain and gift yourself more room to simply be. We live in a world addicted to speed, but your feminine energy, she blooms in stillness. Slowing down isn't laziness, it's medicine. The more I rushed, the more I disconnected from my breath, my body, my joy. I was getting things done, yes, but I wasn't feeling anything. So I began to slow everything down. Brushing my hair became a sensual ritual. Washing dishes became a time to hum and sway. Even walking became sacred when I let myself feel the wind on my skin, the earth beneath my feet. Slow down. When you eat, taste. When you shower, breathe deeply. When you speak, soften your voice. Every gentle pause invites your feminine energy to rise. And when you learn to trust the moment instead of rushing to the next, you begin to live as art. These 6 habits are more than lifestyle tips. They are invitations. Invitations to come back to yourself, to live with intention, to move through the world as a soft, radiant force of love. You don't need to do all of them today. Start small. Try one, then notice how your energy shifts. Because once you feel the power of your feminine rising, you'll never want to go back. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear which habit you're excited to try. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe and join this sacred sisterhood of women rising in softness, strength, and self-love. You deserve a life that feels as beautiful as you are. Until next time, take it slow, be kind to your body, and never forget, your feminine energy is a gift. Treat it like the treasure it is.